Hey guys, it's Amanda. So today I'm doing my skincare routine. I get so many questions on this, so I thought I'd run you through all the products that I use and what I found worked for my skin. So I'm gonna be honest, I don't do this every single night because I get lazy, but when I do my full skincare, this is what I do, and these are the products that I use. Sometimes I use all of them, sometimes I only use like one or two, but these are my products. So I usually use the Garnier Micellar water, which is more affordable than this one, and that's my favorite. I just literally use like 4 bottles through of it. So I'm moving on to this one. This is the Thermal Spring Water Deep Moisture Cleansing Water STEAMBASE. Just like a cleansing water. I think it's pretty like gentle on my eyes. It's not super oily like a eye makeup remover. So I just put this on a cotton pad and kind of just gently wipe away the mascara, which is pretty much the hardest part. Or if I had eyelashes on, there's gonna be glue or eyeliner. I do a big cat eye very often. So depending on like how lazy I am, I might just use the cleansing water all over my face if I'm just exhausted. This isn't good tips to be giving you guys, like definitely like take care of your skin, but if we're being realistic here, like sometimes you're just too tired. That's what I like about micellar waters, because it kind of like cleanses your skin, it gets rid of makeup, it does it all in one. So if you are lazy, you can just use that. And then I'll usually just kind of like go over my skin too, give it a little easier wipe down. Eyebrows usually have a lot of makeup in it too. Feels really nice. I found my favorite cleanser. This is my favorite cleanser ever. This is the Fresh Soy Face Cleanser. I know some people don't like this. This is just, it works for me. I think if you have sensitive skin, this is really good. You can really use it to like take off your eye makeup too and just like take everything off. I'm a like fewer steps the better kind of gal. I always use the little mini ones when I'm traveling. I just always come back to it. So I'm gonna wipe my face and kind of just use this to wash everything else off. A lot of people question like how I got rid of my acne, because if you watch my older videos, like I had like pretty bad acne and then it would get better and then it would get worse, and it's kind of like on and off. And my skin is really affected by my hormones. So like I started birth control and then it cleared up my acne so much. People were like, oh my gosh, what'd you do? It looks amazing. Like, didn't really change much, just went on birth control. People also ask me like what kind, like specifically what birth control I'm on. Everyone's bodies are different, so I feel like you should just like have this conversation with your doctor about what your concerns are, what you're kind of looking for. I don't feel like it's my place to be like telling everyone to be on this certain one that I am on. I also make sure to do it down my neck too, like around here, because that's usually where I'll like put bronzer on. So don't forget about that, because I blend my makeup all the way down here too. So I try to not forget about this, and like also your ears, because I put foundation on my ears too. It feels so nice. So even like when you wash your face or you use makeup remover, it doesn't totally get everything out. So I'll go in with a toner to just like really make sure that my face is clean. So for my toners, I switch between 2 depending on like where my skin's at. So normally I use the Clinique Clarifying Lotion. This is just OG. I've used this since I was really young and I think it just works the best. But sometimes if my skin is feeling really dry, which it does get really dry, I'll use the Fresh Rose Deep Hydration Facial Toner, just because it, you know, it helps moisturize as you're toning, because toning could be kind of like intense. These are the 2 that I alternate between, but I feel like I want like a deep clean right now, so I'm gonna use the Clinique. I would say like if you guys are not sure about what kind of skincare to use, I would always recommend Clinique, because Clinique just like knows what they're doing, and there's steps. It says this one's very dry to dry for the type of skin that I have, which I do have very dry skin. It's pretty easy to find what kind of products are gonna work well for you. So I'll use this until I feel like I've gotten any residue of makeup off my skin. So like I said, my skin is really dry, so I really like an oil. I will put oil on my skin before I start my makeup in the morning too, which not sure how good that is, but it works for me. And usually my skin when I have makeup on looks like pretty like glowy and fresh, so I think it works out. The oil that I've been using is the Vintner's Daughter, and this normally I'm kind of like an oil's an oil, like it's hydrating, like what's really the difference? This one though, I noticed that this is better than other ones. It's really expensive, but I've been giving some other ones a go. I know this one is really nice too. This is RODIN Luxury Face Oil. I like this one not as much as the other one. And I've also been trying this Biossance Universal Moisturizing Concentrate, which I feel like this has been doing pretty well for me. So I'm gonna use this one again. Oh, it says morning and night. So I guess we can use oil in the morning. So I will just like pat this into my skin. I just have such dry skin that I put so much oil, so much moisture, I want it all. But I wouldn't be scared of oils and moisturizing if you do have kind of oily skin. Supplying your skin with good oils, that way your skin won't feel the need to produce so many. So don't be scared of that even if you don't have dry skin like I do. The oils just get sucked up into my skin so quick. People say this in all of their skincare videos that you have to make sure to do it on your neck. And I am so guilty of forgetting to do that. But yeah. Also, I feel like it's so silly because it's something that I've known forever, especially like watching YouTube videos for so long, but I really watch some of my friends do their skincare and they're just like tugging on their skin, like pulling, going like this, oh, and it just like makes me cringe. Like always up and out, up and out. The kind of direction you want your skin to go in, this, that's where we're gonna, you know, rub it. Moisturizer isn't quite something that I found my go-to favorite. I like a bunch of them. I've been using this Marc Jacobs YOUTHQUAKE, which I went through so quickly. Like this is gone. My skin feels so juicy. And like even if it's this shiny that it's looking like right now because I have all this hydration on, I will still put my foundation on top of this. I might as well show you guys how I do my foundation too, so I'll show you that on top of this. But for my eye cream, this is the BELIF Moisturizing Eye Balm. Their moisturizer is really good too, but my roommate stole it from me, so I never really got to use it unless I was in her bathroom. This helps prep your skin. You're not gonna have that cakey of makeup. This way, like you can still use all your powders on top and not have to worry about it looking super cakey, crackly, and dry. For my lips, my go-to lip balm is AQUAPHOR. This is just the best and it works for anything, any dryness you have. If you have like a cut or a scrape and you put this on it like a lot every day, it goes away so quick. So that's basically my skincare routine, but I wanted to show you what else I like to do. I use these little stones. I think I got this from Revolve Beauty as well, but I have another one too. Basically, kind of just depuffs your face. This is normally something I'll do in the morning or after a flight. There's a lot of things that go into like having a puffy face. If you eat too much sodium, if you don't get enough sleep, if you're dehydrated, you know, if you're traveling. I just totally notice it when my face gets all puffy. And I actually will see that my jawline and my cheekbones look more defined when I use this. So that was my skincare routine. I think I kind of nailed it for myself. I found the products that I liked. Not all of them are gonna work the same way for me as they work for you, but if you do feel like you have similar skin to mine, then this might help you out if you try these. So I'm gonna show you how I do my foundation because I feel like they kind of go hand in hand with how my skin looks all glowy. I'll just like do my foundation really well and people will be like, skincare routine, even though underneath my skin doesn't really look that great. So here we go. Let me show you. My foundations are always changing because I run out or I want to try other things, but I'll show you which ones I really like right now and what I usually get most compliments on. This from DERMABLEND is a Flawless Creator Multi-Use Liquid Pigment. A little bit goes a long way and I feel like it's a little bit of a more oily feel, so again with drier skin this works really well, and anytime I use this I get so many compliments. And then this is the DIOR Forever Undercover 24-Hour Full Coverage Foundation, which just gives me the full coverage. It doesn't look cakey. I also get tons of compliments on this one too. When I mix these together, that is just, it's a good foundation day. So this one, I won't even like drop it onto my face because a little bit goes a long way and I always forget. So you'll see the way that it blends, like it just does so much. So this one still is a little bit dark for me right now, but as you can tell, it keeps the moisture, Keeps it glowy. I usually use this brush if I'm not using a beauty blender, and this is from Pat McGrath. It's really great. I love it for when I'm too lazy to get my beauty blender wet. I usually use the Tarte Shape Tape, like that is my go-to. You guys know it. It gets kind of annoying because it's the only concealer I talk about. But right now I've been using this Marc Jacobs one, ACCOMPLICE concealer. This is also really nice because it's like a stick. It's just like easy and a little bit goes a long way. Some days I'll go with like only a little bit of foundation and concealer, and some days I will go full out. But regardless, if you are doing a full face of foundation, you can still make it look natural and glowy. Doesn't mean because you're using a lot it's gonna look cakey. It's just how you do it. So I usually use a translucent powder like Laura Mercier's or DERMABLEND, the same brand one I use, but I go through those so much I'm just completely out. Right now I've been using the MAC Studio Fix powder foundation to set because I have one that's like light enough that can go underneath my eyes. So it just gives more coverage and it sets it. So I'm using the Chanel bronzer right now. This is in medium. I found that I thought this one worked well when I don't have a tan. I'm a little bit paler. And I'm using this KEVYN contour brush, which is like super, super tiny. It's good for like really like carving out. So also I do a lot of like skin treatments. For my normal facials, like when I wasn't on birth control or my skin was pretty bad, I would get hydrofacials all the time. Those were really, really helpful for clearing my skin. But then also for like the sculpting of my face, I have done Mini FX, which is this machine that kind of like, he like sucks the fat and then like uses heat and then like zaps it. I also do Forma, which is heat that snatches your face too. So just a few other things. The blushes I've been liking right now. This one from Chanel, and this is in 320. It's just like a really like red blush. I like reds and pinks better than maybe like corals or bronzy ones. I think it just goes well with the tone of my skin. And I like a lot of blush, so I'll just use one that's like crazy pigmented like this to really make sure we get on there. Other ones that I love that I use all the time too, I will just like pile them on. So this is the Dior Rosy Glow on 001. This is like my go-to I've been using forever. This is again like, you know, it looks really intense, but it doesn't show up that way. It looks really like naturally flushed. These Dior Backstage Glow face palettes are like my favorite. These are great. It's not super intense and it has all the different colors in there. So I'll use this bronzy shimmery color here too. Just using like a bronzer on top as well that is shimmery, like will also give you that glow. This lighter colors for my highlight. These products just really make it look natural. It's not like other highlighters that are just like shimmer. These are really natural looking and it makes you look so glowy. So at this point, this would be my foundation routine, but I think it looks great and this is like what is under my glow. I think it like, I love this. So these are the products that I've been using. I stand by them and I recommend them to get this glow. So that was my skincare routine and my foundation routine to show you guys how I get this glow that I am always questioned on. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope it helped you out and thank you guys for watching. Bye.